So we will study about work and energy. So before going to work, we should know about the force. So I think all of you know what is force. Force is basically pull or push. And what is displacement? What is displacement? Fine. So work will be defined as the product of force and displacement. Product of force and displacement. And this is valid for only class 9. It is not valid for beyond class 9. So later don't come to me that you told me that define as product of force and displacement. This will be wrong after class 9. So what is work? So let us understand what is work. So suppose this is an object. It is kept on a floor. It is kept on a floor, and that means there is no friction present on this surface between this block and this surface. So friction is absent. So when friction is absent, then what will happen? Whenever we apply a force, let us say we are applying some force. We are applying some force. If this object is having some mass, let us say some mass, then what will happen? It will get some acceleration, right? That is given by F upon A. So it will have some acceleration A which is equal to non-zero. If any object has acceleration which is equal to non-zero, then it will, what will happen? It will change its state of motion. Now suppose this is at rest. Suppose this is at rest. Now if you remember Newton's first law, here we are applying some force. That means it will change its state of motion. If it is in rest, then it will be in motion. Now since it has acceleration which is equal to non-zero, then it will travel some distance. If it is going in a straight line, then distance and displacement will be same. Now let us say after applying force F, it has moved to some distance. Let us say it is here, and the displacement between this block is d. Then we can say that this force has done work on this block, and that will be given by F into d. So what is work? Work will be given by F into d. So whenever force is applied, then it will be having some acceleration. If it is able to move, then it will have some acceleration, and due to that acceleration, it will cover some distance. So we will find out the displacement of that object, and then if you want to find the work done by this force, not by us, then work done by this force will be product of force and displacement, right? And it is not always that whenever we apply force, we will generate some acceleration. It is not true. If you apply force on this wall, we cannot generate acceleration. So that means what? It is not necessary that force is applied, then acceleration will be produced, right? So but if acceleration is produced, then that means there will be some displacement. If there is some displacement, then work will be done by that force. So here you can see that work is equal to force into displacement. If out of these two any one is 0, then work done will be 0. If F is 0, then also work is 0. Or if displacement is 0, then also work is 0. So it does not imply that if there is force present on a body, work is done by that object, right? If I apply force on this wall, it will not move. That means I am not doing any work. Got it? So that is the work. So how we will define work? Work is said to be done by a force when that force produces a displacement to an object. Got it? Work is said to be done by a force when that force produces displacement to that object. So that is the definition of work. the unit of force? Unit. Newton. What is the unit of displacement? Meter. So this is the unit of what? Newton meter. What is the unit of what? Newton meter. And this Newton meter is known as joule. So SI unit is joule, and like 1 joule is equal to 1 Newton meter. Like 1 Newton is equal to 1 kg meter per second square. Similarly here 1 joule is equal to 1 Newton meter. So this is the SI unit. So SI unit of work is joule, and joule and Newton and meter are related by this formula. 1 joule is equal to 1 Newton meter. Now here work, what is work? In terms of physical quantity, what type of physical quantity is this? It is scalar quantity. Work is a scalar quantity. What does it mean? It means it does not have any direction. Like force has direction and displacement has direction. We use here this displacement, not distance. So here both are vector, but the product is coming as scalar. As of now, we will use this formula. What then is equal to F into D. And remember, this is valid for only class 9. Fine, right question. A 20 kg block is displaced by 5 meter. A 20 kg block is displaced by 5 meter. On applying 10 Newton force. Find out the work done by that force. Find out the work done by that force. So this is the displacement 5 meter, force is 10 Newton. So what is the work done? Work done is 10 into 5, that means 50 joules. I have used work is equal to F into D. So work done is here 50 joules. निकल जाए क्लास। क्या नाम है ऋतिक? क्या नाम है? तुमसे नहीं पूछ रहे क्या नाम है? खड़ा हो जा पहले। क्लास के बाद सुना। ठीक है, वर्क डन इक्वल टू F is 10, D is 5, so work done is 50 joule. Now there might be cases when more than one force is acting on a body, right? So in that case, what we will do? Which force we will count? Like let us say here, in this direction 10 Newton is acting, and in this direction 5 Newton is acting. Then which one we will take? So here in this case we will always take net force. Net force is 5 Newton. How? We can take this as positive and this as negative. Positive and negative just shows the direction, nothing else. Positive is this side, negative is that side. That means how much net force? 10 minus 5, that is 5. So this is equivalent to this one. So that is equivalent to this. That means 5 Newton force is acting towards right side. Got it? So whenever there are two forces, then take what? Net force. Find out the net force. And how you will find net force? By adding or subtracting, depend on the direction of force. Got it? You can take this also negative, this also positive, but the sense will be same also. Minus 10 plus 5, that means minus 5. You have taken direction this side as negative. Still force is acting same direction. But difference is here what? You have taken this direction as minus, negative. So sense will not change, only plus or sign minus will change, but sense will not change. You can take any direction as positive, any direction as negative. Got it? Now what will happen? When some force is applied, now let us first see simple case. Now force is in this direction and displacement is also in the same direction. Fine. When force and displacement are in same direction, in that case, work done produced by this force will be maximum. Work done produced by this force will be maximum when displacement and force are in the same direction. So write point number 1. Work done by the force will be maximum. Work done by the force will be maximum when force and displacement are in same direction. So work done will be maximum when force and displacement are in same direction. That means there might be cases when both are in opposite direction. So here is a case. Let us say we are applying some force and it is moving in this direction. Now we know that friction opposes the motion, right? Which motion? Relative motion. That means friction will be acting in this direction. This is friction. Now in this case, displacement and friction are in opposite direction. This is displacement and this is force, right? Now in this case, the work done by the friction will be negative, because or negative means what? Only sign it is telling, right? Work done by this force is positive because force and displacement are in same direction. If I take F as positive, then friction will be negative. Plus and minus just shows the direction. Here in this case, work done by friction is negative. Now, if I say that work done by force is 5 joule, and work done by friction is, let us say, 2 joule. So, which is less? Who said 2 joule? That is not correct. Minus 2 joule. That means work done is minimum when force and displacement are in opposite direction. Any doubt? Here, when it is maximum, when force and displacement are in same direction. When work done is minimum, when force and displacement are in opposite direction. So that you don't have any doubt how it is possible that force and displacement is opposite direction, I choose the example of friction. Friction work will be maximum time, it will be negative. That means friction will do all time minimum work. Friction can do maximum work also if the friction, suppose friction is in this direction and displacement is also in this direction. That time friction work will be positive, and that is the maximum work friction can do. So right, work done is minimum. Work done is minimum when force and displacement are in opposite direction. Work done is minimum when force and displacement are in opposite direction. Work done is minimum when force and displacement are in opposite direction. Now, what happens when displacement and force are in not same direction, not opposite direction? There may be maybe some direction, right? See, we have seen two cases when same direction and when opposite direction. There will be cases when both are not satisfied. That means force and displacement will be at something like this. This is displacement and this is force. In this case, they are not in same direction, right? And they are not in opposite direction. They are at some angle. In that case, we will not bother. We will bother only about a special case when force and displacement are in 90 degree. When force and displacement are in 90 degree, like this. In that case, what will happen? Work done will be 0. There is a displacement, but that force is 90 degree to the displacement. In that case, work done by this force will be 0. So right, when force and displacement are perpendicular to each other, then work done will be 0. When force and displacement are perpendicular to each other, then work done is 0.
Perpendicular, then work done is 0 to each other.
When force and displacement are perpendicular to each other, then work done is 0. Here, third case I said that when force and displacement are 90 degree to each other, when this is possible, this is possible. Here are so many places. Now let us, what is this? Pendulum. In case of pendulum, one force is due to this rope, right? Then one force is due to this weight. कौन है इधर आओ. So in this case, two forces acting. One is on this rope, and one is weight, right? And it is moving in this direction, right? Here, this is weight mg is weight, and here it is tension on the rope. In this case, work done by either mg or tension is zero. Why? Because displacement is perpendicular to the force. At this point, this is the direction of displacement. Everywhere it will be perpendicular. Here, this is the direction. This is the direction of displacement. So displacement and force is perpendicular. So work done by this tension. Tension is a force on the string. So work done is zero. So this is the example. There are so many places where work done is zero. Now, if you are putting some weight on your head and you are going, then work done is still zero, because force is in this direction and displacement is in this direction. Then work done is zero. In physics, work done is zero, but in real life, that is not zero. नहीं तो कुली को बोल दो ये तो काम ही नहीं, क्या पैसा नहीं देंगे. So we have seen three cases, right? One case is when direction is same. Which direction? Force and displacement. Second case when direction is opposite, force and displacement. Third case, 90-degree force and displacement, right? So we have seen only special cases. Now, apart from this, there might be some cases when force is acting on a body. Now let us say non-special case. Now let us say this is a force making an angle theta with the horizontal. Now what will be the work done? This is the force applied on this block. It is making some angle to the horizontal. It is theta. Suppose this is producing some displacement d. Then in this case, निकल गया. So what done is here? What done is here? What?
Fs cos theta.
What done will be f d cos of theta. What is cos of theta? Fine. What done is f d cos theta. Now you don't have trigonometry knowledge, right? So I will tell. Don't make noise. I will tell you. So this is the work done. Whenever there is an angle between force and displacement, then you take work done as f d cos theta. Got it? Write this. Work done equal to f d cos theta. When force is acting at some angle to the displacement, in that case, work done is equal to f d cos theta, where theta is angle between force and displacement. Here theta is angle between force and displacement. So for this sine, cos and tan we will see basic of trigonometry. I will tell only basic what is needed in class 9 physics. So if this is right angle triangle, this is 90 degree. In this case, if this is 90 degree, we can apply Pythagoras theorem, right? Now suppose this is A, B and this is C. Now suppose this is the angle theta. So based on the ratio of in right angle triangle, based on the ratio of angle, we have defined some ratio like sine, cos and tan. If this is theta, then we always take perpendicular, that one which is opposite of angle theta. So that means this is perpendicular, right? The side which is opposite of angle theta will be taken as perpendicular. Then this will be base and this will be hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is always opposite of 90 degree, and what is left, that will be base. Now if this is triangle, then we can define some trigonometric ratio. One is sin theta, another is cos theta, and then tan theta. Sin theta will be P by H, that is perpendicular by hypotenuse, and cos theta is base by H, B by H, and tan theta is P by B. So this is the ratio. So cos theta is B by H. So here what we have used here, okay, here FD cos theta, here cos theta means ratio, that is B by H. Now there are certain angle which is extended. Now here theta can vary from 0 degree to
90 degree.
360 degree. So we will only see the cases which up to 90 degree. Theta can be anything 0 degree to 360 degree, right? So for, let us write here theta 0 degree, 30 degree, 45, 90. Here sin theta, cos theta, tan theta. So how to read? I will write the value of sin theta here. Sin theta, if I am writing here, that means sin of 0 is here, sin of 30 is here, and so on. So sin of 0 is 0, 30 is 1 by 2, this is 1 by root 2, this is so this is 1, this is root 3 by 2. That means if in any right angle triangle, the ratio of perpendicular and hypotenuse is 1 by P by H. If angle is 30 degree, then if you take the ratio of P and H, it will always give you 1 by 2. In any right angle triangle, if it is 45 degree, then it will always give 1 by root 2. So sin theta here, sin 0 0, sin 30 1 by 2, sin 45 1 by root 2, sin 60 root 3 by 2, sin 90 1. Now for cos, you have to interchange, that means cos 0 is equal to sin 90. Like cos, see here, cos 0 and sin 90 is equal, and sin 0 and cos 90 is equal. sin 60 and cos 30 are equal. So only you have to memorize this one. After that you can find out, otherwise you need to remember everything because it is necessary. And tan theta, if you see carefully from here, P by Q, right? This is basically sin theta upon cos theta. Tan theta is sin theta upon cos theta. So if you divide these two, you will get the value here. 0 by 1 is 0. 1 by 2 upon root 3 by 2, this is 1 by root 3. This is 1, this is root 3, and this is not defined, or you can say infinity. Not defined or infinity. So now we need cos theta. Cos and sin we will need in the work formula. Got it? And more details to be followed in class 10 syllabus mathematics. So at least you should remember cos value. Got it?